Okay, so I had these guys I was buying dope from, and I knew it was getting hot. I knew it was time to rob them. So I might drop off. I might buy. How much dope you got? Oh, we got like 30 keys. I would have guys come buy all these dope up. I call them back. How many keys you got left now? We ain't got none. I said, all right, when your shipment come back in, I need 15 of them. I just give them the money ahead of time. I made them comfortable with me, so I give them the money ahead of time. I said, oh, we got it. I said, all right, since it's already paid for, bring it to the apartment over here. I do that again. How much you got now? We got 50. I buy them all up. And then, what you got? I ain't got nothing. Well, here go 300,000. When you get it, the same place? Yeah, it's the same place. Bring it to the same. So I got them comfortable bringing it to the same place with the money ahead of time. So then now when how much you got? Nothing. So look, these guys came out of town. They don't trust with their money. We want 100 of them. You know what I mean? So I made them bring 100 keys to an empty apartment and tied their ass up and took all that shit. You know what I mean? So, and then I was on. Then I took over everywhere. I had the 60s working for me, the Compton Crips, the Rolling 20 Bloods, I had LA popping. I was the king of Crenshaw at the time. I had all the fly cars and all that. What the Bible said, money from getting rich, quick schemes, grow wings like an eagle and fly away in the night. You know what I mean? That's one of the proverbs. And it is, because the more money you get, the more you spend. I spent all that money. I had the mansions and opened up businesses. I ran through all that. Then I started getting hot. So one of my guys told me, I said, man, I think the police is on me. He said, I said, I don't know for sure. He said, one way to find out. I said, how's that? He said, go home, turn all your lights on in your house, close all your curtains, turn off your phones, your TV. Turn your TVs up loud, turn the radio up loud, turn off all communication devices off, and stay away from the windows and stay in the house for 5 days. He said, now you're off the grid. They can't follow you electronically. They're going to come hands on. He said, when you come outside, if you see them out there, they on you. And I came outside, they was out there. You know what I mean? So that's how I ended up in Mississippi. I was like, time to get out of here. So when I seen them outside, I swear to God, I jumped in my car, seen them, act like I didn't see them, filled up the tank, and I kept driving until I got all the way to Mississippi. And when I got out there, then I shit my shit out there. I just disappeared off their radar. So now, when they finally come raid me out here, I'm nowhere to be found. They don't know where I was at, but I was in Mississippi. They lied and said they had controlled buys from me to get me. But the only reason I beat that because I got shot in Mississippi. So I was in a Jackson, Mississippi trauma unit, shot up when they said they did control buys for me. That's how they couldn't get me on the case out there. When I went to Mississippi, my own friends turned on me. My own friends shot me in my sleep. So I got shot 3 times in one night. I got shot twice by the guys, and I got shot once by a farmer who rescued me. I kicked his door in for help when them dudes chased me to the woods, and he shot me too. And flown to the trauma unit, to a helicopter, to a trauma unit, and where they found out I was alive, they tried to come kill me, finish killing me off in the hospital, and they had to hide me in a different name in the hospital and stuff, you know. Yeah, that was terrifying times. I've got war wounds on me right now from that night, you know.
Can you talk about that? That's a big scene for us
yes.
in the scripted series about how you were asleep.
Oh, you want to hear the story?
I want the story.
Okay, so
okay. I want you to tell it. Like, take your time and tell it, because that is its own thing.
All right.
That story about them, how they crept in there.
All right.
It's something out of Bella.
All right. Okay. So they was fronting my dope out in Mississippi to the guys that wasn't paying them. They didn't know it belonged to me. So I started terrorizing the Mississippi guys and kicking their doors in and getting what they owed me and stuff like that. So the guys I was with, they knew I was crazy. They knew that they had to get my money together. So when they realized they couldn't get my money together, they decided just to kill me. They said, we can't get all the money together. Let's just kill him. So one night I pull up at one of the houses out there we was at, and we usually had the fog lights out. There's fog lights, everything turn on when you come there. This day, nothing came on. So I walked to the door, and all the lights was off. I moved me in the house. I said, I ain't going up in there. Something ain't right. So I back out and drove off and called them up. Hey, where you guys at? We at the house. I said, no, you're not. I just left here. We did not. Turn back around. They there now. So they were trying to ambush me then. Then another time they told the feds on me. I used to fly girls into different states and make them drive to Mississippi and pick the money up, fly to different airports and take it out there. They thought I was going to Jackson, Mississippi airport. So they had the feds waiting for me. They tried to get me, they wanted me arrested so they could keep all my stuff. The feds jumped out on me right there. They didn't find nothing. And then, and I was supposed to leave. They supposed to have everything up that night. We got the money. We got you. So I said, all right, we got drunk that night. And I was drunk. They was like, man, they said, you always be tripping. Give me them guns while you drunk. They unstrapped me. And I trusted them. I gave them. I said, all right, man, I know I be tripping. I gave them my guns. And they went back to the front room. And I got a phone call. This why I know this was God saved me. So I got a phone call that night by one of my girlfriends in California. She said, baby, I had a bad dream. And I think we should pray right now. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Pray for what? I said, I'll be home tomorrow. She said, ain't gonna take nothing but a second. Pray with me. What you got to lose? I said, all right. So we prayed on the phone. And then I hung the phone up. The guy came and said, you done with the phone? I was like, yeah. He unplugged the phone at the wall. This should also been red lights to me, but I didn't pay attention. He unplugged the phone at the wall and left right there. So I laid back down. And somebody came back and said, he said, Rome, you sleep? And before I said so, I just hit gunfire. Pop, 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 pop. And I was so scared, but I knew they can't, they're pitch black. They can't see me. I can see them from the gun muzzle. I jump up. I already knew how the back door was Jimmy rigged. So I had to jump up or run. All I got on the boxers and a tank top. I lift the door. We had to lift it up and open it. I ran out the door. And there's a propane tank right out the door, white propane tank. When I hit that propane tank and rolled off it, I seen blood on it. So I knew I was hit. So I ran. I was just feeling my head. I was make sure I was just feeling my head. If I ain't hitting the head, I could keep moving. I jumped over a gate. The barbed wire cut me and flipped me on my back. That's how I knew it was my homies. They had 2 pistols to my head trying to dome me. But both guns jammed. That's another sign of God. Because I just bought those guns, some old guns off the street, and I usually buy them and grease them and oil them up. I never got a chance to grease those ones that they had. So when I seen when the gun jammed, I jump up, I break, then they start shooting again. And I jumped in the woods, and I didn't know how bad I was hit. And a barbed wire caught me right here, cut me wide open, flipped me over. So right now I'm tore up all through the woods. I've got barbed wire tear me up. I laid in that woods, man, scared. I prayed. I was looking in the sky. I'm like, this how I'm going out? But my anger of wanting to kill them guys, like, I ain't going like this. I'm gonna make it. I jumped up again, and I was doing like that, pitch black, running to the woods. So I remember the farmer down the road. I was a farmer down this way. So I ran to the woods. I got to the farmer's house. I knocked on the door. Bam, 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 bam. He was like, who was that? I said, me, the guy with the race car down the street the car that you like. He said, what you doing on my property, boy? I said, man, I got shot up here. I need you to call me the ambulance. He said, I ain't calling you shit. Get off my land. I said, sir, I'm shot. Call me ambulance. I said, I'm gonna come in your house. If you come here, I'm gonna shoot your ass. I said, I'm already shot, sir. Just call me ambulance. I'm hearing stuff coming from the woods. So I got to get in his house. So I kicked the man door and he shot me in the chest. And I dropped down. He already see me. Now I'm in his house. He already said I'm already bloody. I'm half naked, basically naked. He said, what happened to you? I said, man, I told you I was already shot, man. I said, man, let's block the door. He said, for what? I said, they coming. He said, who? I said, the killers. You know? So I jumped up and I helped him. No, they came. They came to the door and he shot at them. They ran out. I told him, give me a gun. He wouldn't give me no gun. He like, I ain't give you no gun. So I said, I took the couch and pushed it against the door. And I said, sir, you got a phone? He like, yes. I said, to call long distance? He said, yeah. This is crazy about the story with this part right here. So he gave me the phone. I called 3 people. I called my homeboys up. This who killed me. So I didn't know how bad it was. Called the homeboy up. This who killed me. I called the girl up. This who killed me. You know what I mean? Then I gave him the phone. Now he called the ambulance. When I said, you know how many guys get shot, think they're going to die, and their last words want to tell who killed them, but the only person they talk to is the police. So they tell the police, Kristy killed me, you know what I mean? And then they live, and now you're a snitch, because, you know what I mean? Because now if you would have died, it'd have been all right. But now I understand now about deathbed confessions. When you think you dying, you know what I mean, you want to clear the air or tell who killed you. So now I understand that. I look at it now and understand when the people say he snitched him, I shot him when he told on me. He thought he was gonna die. That's the way he told. You know, he didn't want to, you know. But that happened in Mississippi in 2000 in Mississippi. You know. But I'm here and I made it. You know, I made it. Yeah, for the grace of God. You know. Yeah.